This evening, a family in Odessa is finally getting the justice they've been looking for. 4 years after a father was shot and killed right in front of his son. Odessa police announcing today they've got a suspect. Jason Freund was at the press conference. Jason, tell us more about this case.
Crystal, it was on November 11th, 2019 that Odessa police responded to Brandon Swinney's murder. The case went cold for almost 4 years, but now the Odessa police believe they have the man who pulled the trigger.
I am proud, sad but proud, to announce that we have secured a warrant for the person who we believe is responsible for the murder of Brandon Swinney.
The announcement made today by Police Chief Mike Gerke at a press conference announcing that they had finally found their culprit. 55-year-old Roman Aguilar Alvarado, who is currently locked up in a Maryland prison on drug charges, is the man accused of pulling the trigger that killed Brandon Swinney.
Brandon had just arrived home with his young son from baseball practice. When Brandon got out of his truck, he went to the side entrance of his house, and his son went towards the front. What Brandon did not know was that a man was waiting in the shadows next to his house. When Brandon approached, the man committed the cold and cowardly act of shooting Brandon in front of his son.
According to an arrest affidavit, Alvarado had tried to confront Swinney at his house about an affair, but wasn't able to contact him. Also, according to the affidavit, surveillance footage from the crime scene shows a man who is believed to be Alvarado walking around with a gun, implying the shooter had been waiting for at least an hour. But then the case went cold, and while Alvarado was always linked to the crime, OPD couldn't officially charge him with the crime. 4 years later, advances in forensic science and analytic technology helped OPD finally pin him down.
I will say that he was a suspect for some time, that new evidence came, we were able to obtain new evidence using some new forensic techniques.
As for the family who waited every day for an answer, they finally get what they've been hoping for.
But now it's finally solved, and when it finally got solved, I broke it down.
And while forgiveness may be tough or even impossible to feel, the Swinney family can sleep at night knowing that justice can finally be served.
I will never forgive him for this act, and it pains me for everything that has happened to me, my family, my papa, my KK. It is all unforgivable to me, and I'm glad that, and I hope justice will be served. I hope he will do a bunch of time, and I hope he spends the rest of his time in that federal prison for what he has done to me and my family.
Chief Gerke also confirmed with us at today's press conference that it was to announce that an arrest warrant was served for Alvarado and that he is still currently behind bars out in Maryland. He is currently facing charges of murder in the first degree.